bit of lag there. And a good counter for this would be definitely bullfrogs or MiGs. The only problem with MiGs is that if your opponent has a lot of anti-air, then you're gonna lose those MiGs pretty fast. Or if you have Mega Tengus, because Apollo fighters are just sick. I mean, you can see here, 5 Apollo fighters versus 3 MiGs. Opponent loses 1 Apollo fighter, you lose 3 MiGs. Yes, 3 MiGs. So I would recommend going for a more balanced approach. Build some bullfrogs and some MiGs, but put the emphasis on the bullfrogs, because the bullfrogs can't get shot down by the Apollos. They can only be bombed by the Vindicators. And you think, oh, did I lose my bullfrog? But yes, better lose your bullfrog than losing your 2 ore collectors like KoS is here. He has to rebuild his ore collectors now, and that really hurts at this point. And the quadcopter has a crazy amount of armor. It's a very powerful unit. You can see how slowly it goes down. It needs to be nerfed, in my opinion, maybe a little, because, well, it's just so good. I mean, you can freeze units, you can shrink units, and it's got a lot of anti-air armor. And against ground units as well. So, and it's going to do it again. It's unstoppable in this game anyway. Of course, you can counter it. But like I said, it's a force to be reckoned with. Here, freezing the ore collector, and KoS not really able to do much about it. He's sending a bullfrog now, I think, or 2. But all Crunk needs to do is fire a single shot at the ore collector, and it's gone. Look how much punishment this quadcopter can take. This is crazy. Look at that. It's still alive. The bullfrog is shot at for like 10 seconds straight, and it's going strong. Here comes the Vindicator. Vindicator, on the other hand, has been nerfed, as you can see. Look at, it's losing quite a lot of life, but it just managed to bomb the ore collector, and then it runs back to base, but just manages to die on the way. So if you're allies and you can micro reasonably well, go for the quadcopter. It's just a crazy unit. One of those where you think, wow, I wish I was ally sometimes. Here, KoS is trying to go for a naval attack with a dreadnought. Very effective. But of course, Crunk already has quite a big navy. Yeah, I mean, you have to, of course, scout before you do an all-naval attack. Like, it's a good idea to send a Mega Tengu or a MiG or something, or Apollo fighter down to your opponent's base, or a scout unit, just to see, does he have any navy units? Because if he does, your naval attack might just completely fall on its face, if you know what I mean. If your opponent has 10 Naginata cruisers and you have 1 dreadnought, you know, it's GG with your dreadnought. So, scout before you push forward with navy. But here, a nice little, I mean, considering the situation, he's got both Natasha in play. KoS has got Natasha in play, and he's got a dreadnought. And considering he just lost his 3 ore collectors, that's not too bad, not too shabby. But he still hasn't found a very good counter for his opponent's cryo Vindicator rush. Bullfrogs. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on here, but what I'll focus on is the dreadnought is going, using a special ability to fire really fast. And he's moving it along as well, because I think he's scared of a surgical strike. So nicely played by KoS, moving his dreadnought to avoid the surgical strike, at the same time killing his opponent's airfield. Really nice play. And then he stops his use of the special ability, because there's no need to destroy himself. Now he's going for the ore refinery, and but here the assault destroyers are in range of the dreadnought, and eventually they will fire on the dreadnought. Trying to get the whole thing in the screen. They're pretty powerful, those assault destroyers, as they should be. So unsuccessful push by KoS, but KoS manages to put a super magnetic satellite and tractor beam is just sucking up 3 assault destroyers, and the assault destroyers cost like what, 2k each? 2,000? So that's about 6,000 that Crunk just lost right there. That's more valuable than an ore refinery and ore collector. So quite a big amount of pain I feel there for Crunk. Although I do like it when those Vindicators and those Apollo fighters go down, as I'm an Empire player, and allies used to be such a headache for Empire. Like, we couldn't do anything against them. You had to be like really good to be able to defeat an allied player, even if the allied player was like mediocre or medium. So I like it whenever allies lose an air unit. Here we see the same thing again, basically Maniac's good old choir rush strategy. I don't know if he made it first. I bet you there's other players who've made the same strategy and stuff. But in any case, that's who I learned it from first. So yeah, if you're allies, definitely a really good strategy. I'm going to forward here a bit because it's pretty much same thing again. As you can see, he loses both his ore collectors, and he's built a V4 rocket though. No real anti-air to speak of. He sold his airfield. When I mean KoS sold his airfield to be able to build the ore collectors again. And he's pushing up with his V4 rocket now. I'm gonna forward here a little bit as well. Just another cool thing here is Bullfrog pushing it through Natasha up. You know, using its special ability. Eject Passengers is called. And the Peacekeepers are firing on the Bullfrog, giving Natasha time and space to move into this building. And when she moves into this building, you can see what happens. Laser targeting this building, and the Peacekeepers can't do anything against that unless they move out of the building, which Crunk is not able to micro, and loses his dude. Here come those pesky dolphins, and they make mincemeat of the ore collector. And now they're taking down this KoS's battle lab. And KoS still has his navy, but he doesn't have a lot of cash because of the Cryo Vindicator rush. And now these dolphins are just getting pumped out basically really fast. Loses his battle base. Sorry, his battle lab. But at the same time, Natasha is wreaking havoc with Crunk's refinery over here. These dolphins now are chasing the MCV. Again, quite a funny image. A dolphin attacking an MCV. MCV is like this huge, heavy piece of machinery, and these dolphins just going to town on it. And there's nothing much the MCV can do about it, because you cannot crush dolphins on water. Natasha not going to the water. So a lot of things happening. The MCV is about to die, but Natasha has laser targeted